After going through 2020, I thought nothing would shock me. 2021 has shown me that there is so much more that they can do to us than I ever thought possible in the United States of America. I will go over what I'm talking about and how to prepare and prevent it coming up. Hey everyone, welcome to Campbell's Coins. I'm starting a new video series called The Road to Serfdom because everything that has taken place and is taking place right now is an erosion of our rights, our freedoms, and our livelihood, slowly chipping these things away until we are nothing more than serfs and a new hegemony. This entire video harkens back to the cbdc videos I put out a couple months ago. For those who do not know, a cbdc is a central bank digital currency. It's designed to track all purchases and transactions made by all individuals to collect taxes. It does so much more, as it can end up controlling how you live, what you purchase, and ultimately your life. For those who think this is a conspiracy theory or just people talking, not really gonna be implemented or anything like that, my video explicitly shows the chairman of the Fed, Jerome Powell, stating we are heading towards the CBDC and they are working on implementing it very soon. So if you don't believe this will happen after hearing it from the horse's mouth, I really don't know what else to say other than you probably should stop denying reality. But you can check out that video right here. What's going on that has me so concerned? Last month, mid-September, Joe Biden announced a new proposal. The proposal would require banks to report data to the Internal Revenue Service on transactions over $600. They justify this action by calling the collection of information routine, and they say they do it already for every bank account that earns more than $10 a year in interest. The banks report the interest earned to the IRS. This proposal is designed to, quote, bridge the $7 trillion tax gap. They want to look for transactions that are hidden which should, quote-unquote, be taxed. And since there are people who still don't believe the government is doing this, here it is from the donkey brain herself.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit for a moment just about taxes, because to pay for all the things that the administration is seeking, there is a big tax raise on the docket, but also an effort that I know you're a proponent of for the IRS to collect more information and more tax dollars, but more information about taxpayers' bank accounts, including annual cash flows. And I was curious whether you think the IRS has the wherewithal to actually do that.
Well, of course they do.
You'll notice the shill on CNBC didn't ask if the government has the right to do this. He asked if they had the wherewithal. Yellen's eyes lit up and she chirped, "Of course we do."
There's an enormous tax gap in the United States, estimated at $7 trillion over the next 10 years in terms of a shortfall of tax collections to what we believe are owed. And that's not coming from people failing to report wage income or dividend income where there's good information. It comes from places where the information on income is opaque and can be hidden. And a simple way for the IRS to get a sense of where that might be is just a few pieces of information about individuals' bank accounts. Nothing at the transaction level that would violate privacy, simply aggregate inflows into the account over the year and aggregate outflows. And that would really help the IRS target their auditing resources, which we've proposed to greatly expand, to do their audits on those usually high-income, wealthy individuals that may be concealing their transactions and their income. And these would be helpful indicators of where it would make sense for auditing to occur. So it is not reporting of individual transactions or anything of the like. and it would be a simple thing for banks and other payment providers to provide along with the other information they're already providing.
She promises it's just a few pieces of information about individual bank accounts. Nothing at the transaction level that would violate privacy. Nothing at all like that. That will happen next year. They need our consent, and when we do nothing, it gives them consent. There are some senators fighting back. Senator Cynthia Lummis of Wyoming slammed the Treasury Secretary during a Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Development Committee hearing, calling the proposal a complete invasion of privacy, which it is. She asked Yellen if she distrusts the American people so much that they need to know when they bought a couch. Yellen defended the plan by saying banks already report directly to the IRS the interest they pay on accounts exceeding $10. Do you see? They justify bad and wrong behavior by pointing out bad and wrong behavior we have already allowed them to do. Obviously, the implication here is that they are trying to go after the quote-unquote rich. But if that's the case, why the low dollar threshold? Yellen was asked about this by Lummis. $600 threshold is not usually where you're going to find the massive amount of tax revenue you think Americans are cheating you out of. That's correct, said Yellen. But it's important to have comprehensive information so that individuals can't game the system and have multiple accounts. If they are worried about fraud and tax evasion, why don't they look into politicians' finances? How does a broke individual enter politics and leave office a multi-millionaire? Some of you might be saying, big deal, I have nothing to hide. Okay, well, since you have nothing to hide, you won't mind having the government install cameras in your home, because that is the progression. Sad thing is, I'm sure that there are people who would have no problem with this type of government invasion of privacy. But that is exactly what it is, an invasion of privacy and government overreach. Keep in mind, the American Revolution was fought over taxation without representation, and the tax rate at the time was around 3%. When the government wants to keep an eye on your bank account, what do? Short of a revolution, you choose an asset outside the system. You can withdraw all of your cash and spend it on items as you need. That is until they remove cash from the system entirely and go with their CBDC, the digital currency. You're given a digital wallet tied to your bank account. Any and all transactions will go through it. You do something they don't like, and they can cut you off from it. If you think I'm overreacting, are you clued into the level of overreach happening right now? Do you think that any of it is okay? There is so much going on now that isn't designed to make your life better. It is designed to make you a slave. Which asset do you choose to help you prevent this fate? You choose an asset which has been used as money for the last 5,000 years, gold and silver. These are assets you can transact with. You can hide them, and most importantly, they offer the most private modes of transacting. If you want to buy food from a neighbor with your silver coins, no one would know but the people involved in that transaction. If you want to buy a business or a property with gold, no one would know. I kind of went over this in my video about Be Your Own Bank. I keep my assets outside the banking system because they can't control what is not within their grasp. If you're interested, check out the other videos I have on my channel discussing the rarity of these metals and how they can help you preserve and protect your wealth. If you made it this far in the video, you guys and gals are my super stackers and collectors, and I appreciate you. Thank you all for watching. This is Campbell's Coins, and that is my 2 cents.